This weekend we are not able to have a how do we call it, weekly reviews. All right, so or outlook. So today, Wednesday, this is the midweek, and we want to see how the various assets are performing. All right, so I have my list of assets here on my right side on the watch list panel here. So we are going to begin from VIX 1S, and the rest will follow. If you can hear me, kindly type 1 in the chat box. If you can hear me loud and clear, just type 1 in the chat box. Okay, so I have a feedback. Prince is hearing me loud and clear. All right, so we are not waiting. We are moving. So on the daily time frame, on VIX 1S, we are going to mark as moving. So we have this low being taken out. So we have a break of structure there on our daily time frame. Let me label that BOS, bottom center. And once you have the order block or supplies are responsible for breaking this external low, all right, that is going to be our point of interest. As much so when we look to the top, I see this green candle. I will use the red one, and I'll see this as liquidity, which price will have block for us to continue the sales possibly. From here, the push is not scared, sort of retracing. So we want to see if price will use this order block. On the page, I said you should have only two areas in the premium zone, else you'll be taking more trades than necessary. So we have this fair value gap sitting on top. We have another one here, POIs. I'll be watching this fair value gap, and this liquidity would have been swept. And if this no is coming to retest this, I'll take a sell from there. So let me clear my chart a bit. So possible trade opportunities in the day. We are going up, but not in a very nice area of demand. And I would expect that markets will continue to refine the zone. All right, so H1 had this high taking, and we had a body close up there as an inducement, if you like. And it has been taken. We had it is returning into the demand zone here on the 4 hour. So let's go down to refine the zone more. We have this equal lows here. So in case price wants to sell, push up, but I don't know what price was here, except that we have this people, so they might want to buy from here, and price might just clear them off before it takes off. So I'll be watching out for something like that. Am I recording? Okay, so yes, I'm recording. After I can share if I want to. So we had this high break of structure, we had a new high, and we had a failure high. We have equal highs here, liquidity. And market is retracing down, and I said it is coming for an order block for us to continue to buy. All right, so if I want to refine my order that has the fair value gap on top, and you can see currently sweat this liquidity. Your liquidity are liquidity zone. I want to see a further drop to touch the zone proper, and if that happens, I'll look for a rejection and I'll enter my trade from there. So I can go to 30 minutes to further redefine. Sometimes I leave the zone big enough. When price enters there, I know exactly. So for 30 minutes, we'll refine to this zone. So price seems to be taking, we are not in our POI yet. All right. So for this trade, you have only one POI, and I think this is the zone. Your stop loss a little bit below. But in case price decides to sweep these liquidities, then where is it likely to go? We have this other block here, the broke structure or up high. The next zone, your second zone where you can buy from is here. So you wouldn't waste all your bullets trading from here. All right. So trading from there, you have a second point of trade on this asset, and that is cool. That is cool. That is cool. So that is. Or if you have any other observation, you can equally bring it on board so that we discuss. Any
Yes, sir.
yes.
I was also looking at the last demand zone before the one you just did. Would that one too hold since that one is at the extreme?
At
This
the
one.
bottom right. This one,
Yes.
no
Yes.
fair value gap.
Yes.
So that demand zone doesn't have an. This was the imbalance. So it was filled by these wicks here. This was the imbalance. These candles came to mitigate that zone before markets moved away. And you can see that from
Okay.
this low
Okay.
point here, we had that strong candles moving from there. So that was the origin of the strong move. That is why I chose that zone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Please,
sometimes if you
I
don't
think
get the
I've
zone
been.
correctly, you might miss the entry. So you wouldn't even
Okay.
see favor. In
Okay.
this case, right, other block, I've even learned a new way of marking them. Normally they say is the last down candle before the up move for the bullish one. So normally you would have marked the red candle down to this week, which is not wrong. But I've also learned demand zones and it's helping us. You can see your one. Though we had that, use that one for your demand zone rather. That is your order block or demand zone. And perfectly
Brother,
you
please
can
come
see
again.
the equal lows that are sitting on top, the nice liquidity. So I wouldn't be surprised price will visit there before it buys. So you can catch a sell down. You can see that it will take a long while before price gets there. And we have had a break of structure here. So we have taken this liquidity. So ideally, because of the liquidity that is lying below, I'd rather wait for the last one. So we had a break of structure here, confirmed by a candle body close. So we are still bearish. We will hope that price or market may even push back somewhere here. That is our first POI. And this is the extreme one. So if you are lucky enough to see market decide to fake a move to the upside, maybe when it gets here, we can sell towards the side. And then when we get to the demand zone, we can take our buy. So let me set the and post. We will hope that the highs will be broken. It's a swing trade that setup that we have. So you hold until our TP is reached. Until our TP is reached. So let me post. Okay, so this is the one is let me see the setup. Good. So let's move to the next assets. If we are clear here, I think we can move. Can I move, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, so VIX 10 proper. Last 2 weeks, I think I mentioned VIX 10 is very bullish when we met. I remember very well. The video is there. You can go back to it. It's very bullish. So on the daily time frame, we are marking from this side, the left side. All right, we are marking our structure from here, so that we know currently what is happening. So we had a market structure shift here, or change of character bullish to the upside, and price gave us this high. And after that high was reached, market decided to retrace back deep into discount. So when we use our premium and discount tool, where did this move? What triggered this move here? We trace it to the left side, and we can see that we have a demand zone here. This last red candle. Let me try and get the other block accurately. So when I zoom, okay, so there's a tiny fair value gap there, and we can use that candle. We are not wrong, even though price overshot it a bit, but that was where price moved away from. And we had a change of character and up that high. It has to retrace back into what? Discount before buying. So premium and discount, you see that, which is a demand zone or an order block, which was not mitigated. It has a fair value gap as well, and it is in discount. So if we have this candle down here, the doji will be our next demand zone. So I say have only two POI. So this will be the first, this will be the second. In case the buy here fails, you know that you have the next opportunity to take your buy here. In this way, you limit the number of trades you take, and it helps you to manage your account very well so that you avoid over trading. It is not the many trades you take that will make you profitable. It's the quality trades that you take, quality setups. So we are going bullish. We are going bullish from there. Though the pushes are not so strong, but you can see that um we can see that after this change of character or market structure shifts, I said price retrace into this demand zone. And if it is strong, it should be able to break this out, which it successfully did. We had a closer about that. And market retraced a bit to a demand zone here. And then we are pushing to the upside. So we are going to go to the 4-hour for proper structure marking. Kindly hold on for me. Let me answer this call. Hello. Okay. So we are on 4-hour now, and we are going to mark our structure. So from the 4-hour, so we know we are bullish. So we are looking for buy positions. All right. So we had a break of structure there. And what was the origin? We want to trace it to the bottom. This move was the one that broke the structure. This move was the one that took out the side with the candle body. It retraced a bit and even continued up here. And then we had this retracement that cleared liquidity here and then continued to break structure here also. So if you are marking our order block, in this move, I have this red candle that has liquidity above it and that has imbalance above it, and we have this liquidity line on top of that. So that is a very good zone for a buy for this time in case it wants to retrace deep. Yeah, we clear liquidity at the bottom, broke structure, engineered some more liquidity at the top. So, but ideally, this is also a break of structure, very valid one. The candle's body closed above, and price returned to this order block. So we just missed that. It's very valid. I think I had some 1-hour chart I was checking, but I was looking for the extreme and price didn't come there. That's why the move is strong. See, because it's valid, price is going to break this. And once this is broken, we look for the demand zone responsible, and we can choose this demand zone. Price may come back to mitigate and then continue flowing to the upside. So that is a bullish order flow for us. Once you get the narrative from the bigger time frame, that is what you are following. That is what you are following. So let's go to 1 hour and see how we could have caught this buy. So on the 1 hour, this was a retracement phase that came to mitigate the zone. And you can see if you refine the zone to this last green candle, the small one. You see the reason I said don't choose the red candle, but the green candle, the candle before that becomes your demand zone or your accurate order block. And you can see the imbalance there, which validates this doji candle, the green one. Can you see the doji candle here?
Yes.
That is the order block, and price came in exactly, and you can see the rejection as soon as market touch. When I see weak rejection like this, I become happy, especially this doji. So that could have been the buy. Anyway, I saw that yesterday, but because I was trading the other assets that were in good profit, I didn't want to add any position that would ruin the profit. So I left it. But that was a good entry. The stop loss a little bit below here. And you know that we are bullish, so the high must be broken if you are going to continue. So the target and see where market is going. Very nice trade. A very nice trade. So that is the We are still bullish. So we wait for this high to break, for market to give us a new high. Then we wait for some retracement back into an order block. Then we continue that bullish order flow. But the weekly is also going to, when you check the weekly, it's going to buy for long. Going to buy for long. So if you have a different observation, you can break it up out so that we look at it. In the absence of that, I can continue. Okay, so I think I can continue. So this 25 1S has also been very bullish. Very, very bullish. So checking from the bottom here, we had a change of character here. The market took out a high that gave us this low. All right. So price went ahead. Okay, so after that break of market structure shift, there was a retracement. The doji here, you see the demand zone or the order block. That is a very valid one. There was a fair value gap here, which market, I don't know whether it came back there. Okay, so the wick came there slightly. But from that candle, this doji, we had this strong imbalance, right? So this is our order block. You can see the market used it severally and it held severally. We had a break of structure here and market gave us this high. All right. So the sell here was just a retracement. And I think this, I would have marked this as my order block, violated that zone and came back to the bottom one. The reason I would mark this is because after this candle, we had that strong candle move that created this fair value gap, also broke structure. And um, so this was a valid order block, but some way, somehow, price decided to validate that and gain from there. The pullbacks from there were very tiny, except for here we have a major pullback, and that was we pulled back into this fair value gap here. We have this order block here, which price didn't come into. We have this swept that liquidity tap the fair value gap. Market is moving away, and it has broken structure here. All right. So we don't know. This is on the daily time frame, so I don't know whether today's candle is going to initiate. All of these zones are balanced except for this area. That is where we have our fair value gap. All right. So if you are looking for a bullish continuation, this will be a bullish order block because you sit there again. So if you are waiting for the bottom, maybe you will miss the trade. So you mark this zone and wait for markets to give us some sort of a retracement into that zone. So let's go to 4R and see whether we have a bearish structure that gives us. Don't have it. This structure is still bullish. All right. It's still bullish. And when we look at our 4-hour, if you want to refine this order block, I'll refine to what? This candle here. Because after this candle, we had this strong move, and that followed, that created this fair value gap. And the first candle here becomes a valid order block with liquidity on top. So if the 4 is going to pull back, I would expect that we pull back into this zone and then continue buying. So let's go to 1 hour. So for the 1 hour, we still have this break of structure. And after that break of structure, After that break of structure, market is pulling back. And the reason why, after every break of structure, I say you should identify the source. So if you mark this as your order block, this green candle, you are right. But I wouldn't trade from this order block. Why? Because it serves as liquidity for the POI below here that we got on the 4-hour time frame. So I wouldn't buy from here. If I buy from here, I'll be liquidated and market will what? 10. So I would rather not buy from there. Even if market decides to turn from there, I'm not going to follow. So I want to stay on the 4-hour to see price come to mitigate this order block for us to have a buy continuation. So I'll be watching. So I just got into a sell position now on the assets. That is the reason why I paused a little bit. So I'm in a sell position now. So I think that will be all for this 25 one is. If you have any question, you can ask. It's going to buy for long, all right, very long. For the next 2-3 months, it's likely to continue bullish. It's something I saw on the monthly and the weekly time frame. So if you have any question, you can ask. But if there is no question, we have only 1 minute, 30 seconds to end this session of the video. And maybe I'll begin again for us to continue looking at the other assets. Somebody said, let's continue. You can see you are enjoying the session, power.
Nana.
Senek.
Yeah, analysis is so simple, but when you're alone there, sometimes I get confused behind the chat too, seriously.
You mean when you are alone?
You're making it so simple.
Oh, your line is breaking.
Maybe you have to start.
Okay,
trading.
so if I get you, when I'm doing it, it looks easy, simple, but when you are doing it, it looks difficult, right? Okay, so the challenge is the difference in knowledge.
Maybe you have to start live trading, so I will join you live.
Possibly, I think that's what I should be doing so that you learn from it as well. Yeah, and
thank you so much for your time, man.
You're welcome. I've started with a new group and I like the progress. I think those there, they don't have any knowledge at all. So teaching them is quite easy.
I wanted to join that group, sir.
I wouldn't have recommended because you have already